2025 Met Gala. Boy, did the stars come out shining, literally shining, from the craziest outfits to craziest watches and, of course, jewelry. I'm going to dive in. Let's talk about A$AP Rocky. Bulgari, obviously, pay the man hefty. Never mind the diamond necklace that he had on with a 12-karat ruby. Never mind the brooch he wore from Bulgari that had like over 15 carats of diamonds. How about the Bulgari Octa Finissimo Ultra? I mean, amazing watch. One of the thinnest watches in the world. Got a cool little QR code that you get with the watch that you scan and you get an NFT and you get access to this ecosystem. Beautiful choice. And no secret, Bulgari is obviously a big sponsor of A$AP Rocky. Pusha T, Daytona Rainbow. And you know what? Kind of goes with his outfit. He's got a little, I don't know what all that is. I don't know if that's dandruff or crystals or whatever that is, but listen, Daytona Rainbow never disappoints. A rare watch. Everybody loves that watch. Everybody wants that watch. Not a surprise for me. Usher, looking very, very just black tie affair. A scarf. I mean, the brooch that he's got on this thing, the cane, everything is there. But we're going back to last year where a lot of guys were wearing girl stuff. This is the JJ Liquid Reverso 1 Duetto, right? It's two-sided, and it's 5/8 with diamonds. It's a very small watch. It's a lady-sized watch. So does it go well with his outfit? Is it very black tie-ish? Absolutely, especially with the black crocodile strap. But again, it's a ladies' watch. Simone Biles, Audemars Piguet Mini Frosted Royal Oak. Beautiful watch. We sell a ton of them. It brought the Mini back on the map. We're actually not only selling the new models, we're also selling some of the older models going back in the day. Considering the fact that Simone Biles is very petite herself, I think this is a perfect watch for her. By the way, love that dress. Kind of matches the carpet around her, but beautiful. More JJ Liquid. For Tramell Tillman. This time it's actually a men's watch. It's the Reverse Tribute Duo-Face Tourbillon. Nice choice. Goes well with the tuxedo. That looks like a long coat. What is he wearing? Is that a long coat? That is a long coat. It goes well. I probably would go with a white metal or something that has a little bit of diamonds in it to sort of go with a black tie. Now, some people like to wear their watches on their wrists. Some people like to wear it as a monocle. Janelle Monáe, certainly, I don't even know who that watch is by, but a watch monocle, talk about setting trends. And I had to figure out what's going on with that. She looks like an Art Deco statue from the 1920s with all the geometrical shapes. Very, very interesting. But the monocle watch is probably going to be the more interesting part of it, along with that hat. That is a cool hat. And I'm assuming the monocle attaches to the hat. Anyway, Shaboozey, Audemars Piguet Royal Oak with, we'll call it a turquoise dial. And talk about coordinating. I mean, the turquoise beads in his outfit, along with whatever that stuff is hanging on the sides. Again, I'm not a fashion judger, but I like the fact that it matches. I'm going to leave it at that. As far as all those beads and the hat, those two tails, and hey, it's the Met Gala. What do you expect? Maluma, Jacob & Co., the Emerald Billionaire. Now, we've seen him wear this watch before while he was with Jacob. Lots of videos out there, and I'm not surprised that he went with a Jacob & Co., and I'm not surprised he went with the Emerald Billionaire, because the billionaire, the regular billionaire that's made out of white diamonds, has been around for quite some time, and now all the craze is with color stones. Jacob also made this in a full rainbow, which is amazing. I've seen that watch. He's also made it in rubies and emeralds, which you see Maluma wear here, and it does play well off the shades of green in his jacket. That just it's like tie-dye on steroids. But okay, let's move on. Now, our hometown hero, Saquon Barkley, is wearing the Endeavor Turbia Concept Venta Black. Now, Venta Black is one of my favorite series from Moser, and shout out to Saquon by not wearing funny hats and scarves and beads all around him. Beautiful, classic tuxedo. Saquon is a classy guy. We love him here. Obvious reasons, and I think the Venta Black, to me, is one of the perfect watches with a tuxedo. On a strap, the way you see it, couldn't find a better match. You're seeing a lot of the new models that are out there. For example, Walton Goggins, Vacheron Constantin Traditional Complete Calendar Open Face. This is one of the new releases that we saw this year from Vacheron. One of 3 new releases. So that he's wearing 3 jackets, 1 jacket, 2 jackets. Did this seamstress didn't finish the jacket? I'm not sure what's going on there, but certainly a great watch to wear with a suit and tie. I probably would have put her on a black strap. Doechii, man, can you see the bit of a sponsorship here from LVMH? Tiffany watch, the Louis Vuitton throw up everywhere. The jacket, the shirt, the bag, the shorts. This picture doesn't show her shoes, and I saw those shoes that sort of match that bow tie looking thing or whatever, that's a scarf thing that's hanging from her. Yeah, no. Sorry, it's too much. I'm sorry. It's too, you gotta be subtle with the Louis Vuitton. You can't just have it all over you. But the watch is cool. Another hometown hero, Jalen Hurts, with an Avid Timer BL1 chronograph in 43 millimeters. While I like the watch and I like the outfit, the watch and the outfit don't go together. That is not a black tie watch. And now, is Jalen being paid by Breitling? Probably. So therefore, you have to wear one. And Breitling is not much in terms of having a dressy option. Military style watches, right? Aviation style watches. I would have worn. So at the very least, you could have worn it on a strap just to make it work. And Henry Goldings with a new tank that Cartier just released, and it was all the buzz in Watches and Wonders. It was all the buzz for me. It was all the craze for every Cartier lover out there. I think that they picked the perfect timing to come out to remake these tanks in 5, I think, different versions, because Cartier is hot right now. It's become super collectible. Can't say the same about that suit. That's just like pimping went wrong kind of thing. All he's missing is a big hat with a feather and a cup. I don't know what's going on over there with this polyester suit, but the watch is great. Jeff Goldblum's Jacob & Co. Ashoka Boutique timepiece, a ladies piece. Now Ashoka refers to the cut of the diamond. So every diamond is cut in a certain way. It's called the Ashoka cut. It's very difficult to execute. It makes the diamond shine even brighter, but I do like his outfit. It's like, I think royalty when I see that, like just very royal. Now, Jeff Goldblum is a character in himself. The watch does go with the outfit, but if you're going to go that route, maybe go a little bit bigger, maybe go to the Billionaire, the smaller one. This is a ladies' watch, I'm sorry. And Burna Boy went with the Jacob, and this is a classic. This is the Caveat Tourbillon. This is something that goes back to the old days where Jacob would take a tourbillon and ice it all out completely. Now, this is all baguettes. This is the same watch that Tom Brady wore during the Super Bowl, except Brady's was yellow. This is white diamond. The outfit with the Devil Wears Prada comes to mind. I don't know if that's by Prada, but it's very, very, very red. And if you're already going to go the route of coordinating, I probably would have wore the same watch that Tom Brady wore, because you have the red outfit with the yellow shirt that stands out really, really well with the red tie. I probably would have went with yellow Caveat Tourbillon. Would have been a better match, but nevertheless, beautiful watch. Khaby, you probably don't need that many pocket watches. Did that come off across? Did I do it right? Besides, I don't know if you try to achieve here, but it's been done. Fernando, remember the guy I talked to at Watches and Wonders? It's been there, done that kind of thing. So I probably would have just had one pocket watch. Yeah. And once again, Jaeger for Jeremy Allen White's Reverso Tribute Monoface, small seconds. This is monoface, i.e. it's a single face, so when you reverse it, it will be blank on the other side. An obvious paid advertisement here. And a Reverso is top 10 iconic watches in the world. A Reverso will go well with a suit. A Reverso will go well in a sporty fashion. A Reverso will go well with anything. When it comes to suit and tie or black tie affair, you can never go wrong with Reverso. And the beauty of it is that if you got the black strap and a black suit, it can be rose gold, it can be white gold, it can be stainless steel. It just works. Hailey Bieber came shiny. Tiffany & Co. necklace. I don't even want to try to imagine how much that necklace costs. Certainly a lot more than a Piaget watch. Piaget re-released a lot of their vintage stuff from back in the day, but Hailey actually went with a vintage watch with the opal dial. Opal is one of the most beautiful and underrated stones out there. You put it on a dial of a watch, you put it in a piece of jewelry, it just works. And it's actually inexpensive. There's jewelry out there that has these humongous opals, and relative to diamonds and rubies and sapphires, I think opal is probably one of the most underrated stones out there. Now, there are opals out there, are levels to opals. There are opals out there that fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars, but I think it's a great look overall. I think it's in time with today's styles, smaller vintage-like watches. It makes a statement, but it's also not too much. Pharrell now. No secret, we've seen Pharrell wear lots of Richard Milles. In fact, they made a Pharrell Richard Milles. So him wearing the 7402 on a bracelet, which technically, again, is a ladies' watch, is no surprise to me. But we've seen Pharrell wear ladies' RMs, 07s and 37s and so on. Outside of the fact that he looks like he's about to serve somebody champagne, the watch was amazing. The outfit probably blend in with the weight staff. I'm sorry, Pharrell. Barry Keoghan looks like he's about to drop one of the hottest Kung Fu movies out there, but he is wearing the Omega Speedmaster Moon Watch in all rose gold. No watch will go with that outfit, so I'm just gonna skip that part about it, but nice watch. Sabrina Carpenter looked absolutely stunning, and of course, she was dazzled with Chopard jewels. Kendall Jenner, also Chopard jewels. That necklace around her neck, that's probably a small country's gross domestic product all on her neck right there. I can't even begin to fathom how much that necklace or necklaces are. Tiana Taylor, that outfit is like from one of those future apocalyptic shows. when the world ends and then the Barons take over. Into the Badlands on Netflix. Look it up. That is she definitely looks like a Baron from Into the Badlands. If you guys ever watched that, cool show if you like that kind of stuff. But she is adorned in David Yurman jewelry, and then David Yurman, usually known for slightly less expensive, silver type jewelry. Well, they also make high-end jewelry. That jewelry is the perfect match for that outfit. Love the outfit. Wish I could pull it off, but no. Chance the Rapper, Tiffany & Co. had their say in his outfit and his jewelry. I feel like the trend has been not less is more this gala. It's more is more. Just all that, you don't need all of that. Just one would have been fine, because I feel like one takes away from another. If you're gonna put a pin on the lapel of your jacket, have one. But worst case scenario, you can have one that has something hanging off of it. But 1, 2, 3, and 4, too much. Ayo Edebiri, very, very happy to see her wearing vintage Cartier. I don't know, if this is sponsored by Cartier or not, but putting out vintage pieces always makes a statement. People reach out to me all the time about vintage watches or vintage jewelry, and I always tell them, like, don't be like the next guy in the room, because when you have the latest and the greatest and the most popular, odds are somebody in the room will have the same thing. When you go to vintage route, especially Cartier, you can always find something super unique to put on your outfit, such as the brooch that you see here, along with the ring, the dress. Interesting. Those beads? Anyway, I think she'll look great. My guy, Lewis Hamilton, in Brioni Raymond, a vintage pearl and diamond brooch on the lapel and a vintage Brioni Raymond floral brooch. His outfit, I loved, minus the shoes. If you guys look at the full pictures, I did not get the shoes. That outfit was just perfect until I kind of looked down and I looked at his shoes. From the hat, the jewelry on the hat, to the brooch on his lapel, everything was put together lovely. Again, I am super biased. Lewis Hamilton is literally my favorite athlete. You guys know I love Formula One, so I mean, he could have showed up wearing a Speedo and a brooch in his ear and I would have said it's fine. Anne Hathaway, again, Bulgari is representing from their high jewelry line. That is an amazing necklace. I don't know how big the sapphire is in the middle of that, but let's just assume you need to mortgage 6 houses in order to be able to afford that necklace. And as always, Anne just looks classy. Nothing crazy, just beautiful woman. Lauryn Hill. She looks like a pimp. I think she's holding a pimp cup. I'm not even sure what's going on over there, but I do know that she's wearing a Mifa Cole jewelry, which is somewhat eccentric and actually very beautiful. Can't say the same about that outfit, and I don't know what the story with the pimp cup is. And why the blue bag? What does that fit in? And of course, Coleman Domingo. I think he wins for the best outfit of the gala. I'm not even sure what that is. Like, I don't know how to describe that. Are we in church? We're crowning a new pope? I don't know. But I do know that Coleman Domingo is known for some crazy outfit, and boy, is this one out there. My only question is, where do the hands come out? Anyway, I'll just say amen. Speaking of crazy outfits, Chappelle Rowan. What is that thing that grandma's quilts? Yeah, if you zoom into that outfit, it could be a sort of like a disco quilt, if you ask me. No, sorry. The two Ogons, Dynasty and Soul. If you guys remember the old movie Coming to America, it literally King Jeffrey Jafar and Eddie Murphy on the left. That would be the outfit, especially with the chains going across. We can put the two side by side. I'm sure you guys can see the resemblance. I get it, Walton. You do it well, and I think if I had your body, I'd probably wear, what is that, a vest? I would probably wear that same vest. So, props to you and your physique. You look like the Zorro circa 2055, honestly. And Andre 3000 said, F it, I'm just going to strap a piano on my back and see what people say. But what is in his hand? Is that a shopping bag, a plastic bag? What is that? Oh, it's a trash bag. Okay, so I'm going to carry a trash bag. I am going to strap a piano to my back and put on what looks like a turban. I have to say, color-wise, it works. It coordinates. The black trash bag with the black piano, the white keys, and the white strap. The red to pop things off, a little splash of color. That's why he's Andre 3000, because this guy, when it comes to style, has always lived in the year 3000. But yeah, strapping a piano on your back will certainly get... How did he sit down? And does that piano actually work? And how heavy is that thing? I have so many questions, Andre. So overall, no big surprises. Super crazy outfits. Your regular players, as I would say, in the world of Met Gala, as far as brands, Chopard, Bulgari, JJ Lecoultre, obviously, Audemars Piguet were obviously all there. There were many, many more. I'm not going to make an hour-long video. This is just something I quickly grabbed off the tabloids and presented to you guys. Comment below. Let me know what you think is craziest outfit and best watch and best piece of jewelry.